Alright guys, it's clear time. Notice paint suit's off. I can't take it anymore and the thing's so damn dirty I'm afraid it's going to possibly be just as bad with it on as it off. So I've taken a blowgun to my clothes here real quick and made sure I don't have any loose stuff on them, but I'll mix up some 30 clear. Here is a 4-to-1 clear, speed clear. It's really made for 1 to 2 panel jobs, even though this is 2 door bottoms and a lift gate. I think we'll be okay. We're mix about 12 ounces for this. We're just going to 2-coat it. We'll see where I'm at after the first coat. I may have to mix more. I may have a ton left. We'll see. This isn't a terribly large job. Alright, the lid on the activator seems to be glued on. Well, I guess we'll just cheat, maybe. Maybe I have to get a pair of pliers. That ain't gonna work. Sometimes you can just pull the whole spout right out of the can, but that doesn't seem to be the case today. There it went. A few dried crusties around the top, but not bad. So hopefully this will work out. Keep your fingers crossed so we don't have any issues. Or if we do, that they're small and I can take care of them pretty easily. Give this a good stir here. I would have used the AG40 clear on it, but I really need to get this thing shipped as quick as possible here. And that little bit of buffing I have to do, I'll probably end up doing it Monday anyway, but I want to make sure this stuff is nice and cured up. If I can do it later this evening, I will. Alright, got the PPS cut there. I'm going to try something a little different with this gun today. I'm going to bump the pressure up in the low 20s and see how that sprays. I feel like this gun's rated for 16 PSI, and I've sprayed it a little bit higher pressures before and it worked fine. It seemed like the last time I used it that didn't quite like being sprayed at the lower pressures, and I'm wondering if to compensate for these PPS cups not having a vent in them, it almost has to pull the material out a little bit. So maybe a small increase in pressure will remedy that. Make sure my locking collar goes on properly. Alright, let's mask up here. I just hacked that stuff off a minute ago. It's been 40 minutes, so. She should be good and dry. you guys on the magic stand here and see if I can do some magic. Probably not. up that flash and bring you guys back for the second coat. Okay guys, we're back. I was going to bring you back on that second coat of clear, and I decided against it. I wasn't having any luck with it flowing out. It's freaking hot in here. I had a little should add a little bit slower reducer in that clear or activator. I really had to hammer it on. I ended up going back to back on 2 of the coats. So we got 3 coats on the gate, and it is that kind. Little peel in it, but it's less than what was on the vehicle to begin with. I got a couple dust turds in it back there. You can't even see them, but nothing big. We'll scuff those couple off. It's all right in this area. There's 1, 2, looks like 3 pieces of dirt in it right there, which I guess that's factory because I sanded 3 pieces out in the first place. I'm not going to move the light for this, but maybe you guys can see what we got going on here. See, we got just a little fuzzy edge there. I hit that with the over-reduced clear, and when I go to polish that, I will take some 2000 and knock that edge off and come back and buff that lightly with a foam pad on my little 3-inch buffer. I got a little run in it, and I pulled the old Tom's Wonderful World trick, or VW Darren trick. And if we can see that run, it's right, the bottom of it's right there, and it's not really bad up through here. It's just heavy on the edge from where I double passed it. I was going to pull these doors apart from one another, so I didn't do that, but I was trying to get clear in that seam inside. You know, beginner's mistake. But anyway, I gave it a little and smushed it out, stopped it. So we'll razor blade that sucker off real quick and buff that. Other than that, no huge errors. There's the other blend area. I got clear a little higher than I want, but that's all right. I scuffed pretty high up into there. Hopefully I can sand back into my scuffed area and buff pretty easily, but I'm happy with how this turned out. This will fly. Tell you one thing, it is an absolute bitch to get up in there without dialing the fan in on the gun. I tried it a couple different ways with the fan fully open. I tried going this way, and then I tried flipping it up like this with the fan going this way, and couldn't get it. So we got it squirted in there. It's shiny. I think we're good to go. So we're gonna leave her masked up here. I'm gonna go home and take a shower and come back and unbag this sucker and get it outside. Actually, I may get it outside here shortly. It's already 5 o'clock, so we'll get this one uploaded for you guys. Caught a shadow there. I thought I saw a run. We'll get it uploaded for you. Hopefully you get the gist of it and have a great weekend. Make the best out of it. See you guys. Hey guys, it's Monday morning. Monday afternoon at this point. And we got the present unwrapped here. And really the only thing I did to this rear gate, after I got done, I had a couple specks of dirt in it in the middle that I took out. Color match is good. I got a little, even though I said I wouldn't get any overspray on this bumper when I primed it, I did, so I've got to clean that up a little bit. It comes right off, so. And then we got our 2 doors here. We had our repair area down between the back of the front door and the front of the side sliding door. And we had our clear coat blend right in here. We got that sanded down with some 2000 and buffed that out. So we had one there, transition, which I'm trying to pick up to see if you can even see the blend edge of it or not. It blended in real nice there. And then we had this other transition area, which was right across here, and that blended in real sweet. The only thing I'm still working on, guys, I don't know if you remember earlier on, I put this run in it right here, and it was heavy on this edge to begin with, but then it just turned into a dripper right there. And I worked on it a little earlier, and I thought I had it, you know, down to a point where it was acceptable, but I'm not happy with it. You know, you guys know me, pretty picky when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I also want to run a buffer over these doors with some polish real quick. Right in the middle of this door there's a little scuff where it had rubbed something before, and I think I can minimize all that real good so that these both doors look, you know, perfect, or as perfect as they can be. Got a little something on it there too. There must have been a little hole in my plastic or something, so I do need to run a buffer over that and get that all tidied up. But basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my bucket here, and I got a piece of 2000 in it. I got a 1500 disc in there that I was using earlier because I didn't have any 1500 grit paper. That was all I had. So I'll show you what we got here. Those of you guys who have been watching for a while know what I use to wet sand. But when it comes to paper, that kind right there, I got a pack of 1500 and a pack of 2000. So I'm going to soak a piece of each of those in the bucket. I haven't found any paper that cuts nicer and more evenly than this. A lot of guys probably say, well, it's too expensive and they don't see any difference, but personally, maybe it's just the way I do things. I prefer this paper because it seems to get softer when you put it in the water, and not that it lasts longer or anything, but they got their little thing here. It says the Unigrit paper, you know, has an even scratch pattern when you cut, and conventional paper does this, and I find this to be sort of true. With some of the other wet dry papers, you'll get a couple of deep scratches in it, and then the rest of it will be, you know, normal. So I just tend to like this paper better. So we're going to soak it, and what I'm going to do, show you guys a trick here. We're going to take one of these kind stir sticks, and I'm going to break that down so that I have a real tiny block so that I can use this edge of it. I'm going to tape two pieces together so it's double that width, and we're going to work on that run. Now normally I would use a razor blade to cut it down, but it's just too damn close to the edge of the door, and I can't afford to break it through. I don't need to rework this door. I just need to minimize that run so that it's undetectable. So I'll bring you guys back in a little bit. Alright guys, we're prepping this car for delivery at this point. I took that 1500 grit and then some 2000 and got the rest of that run out the best I could. I got a little buildup on this edge, but that's my fault for not sanding the original buildup off of there before, which that'll work. But it's pretty much the run part of it is undetectable at this point. And we're zoomed in about as far as we're going to zoom in. Bottom of that sag was right in here, and it's all taken care of at this point. So what I'm doing now is I took some glaze and went over these doors. They're a little hazy at this point because I didn't wipe them completely down. But I do have a towel here, and we're going to take some foo-foo here. I'm sure I'll get a thumbs down for this, but some body gloss, and this just kind of helps me clean up that mess. You could use glass cleaner. This is Body Shop safe as far as on the fresh paint. I'm sure it still has something in it that could possibly cause fish eyes down the road, but you know, most people don't detail the vehicles they're working on in the same space that they paint in and do body work in, but I kind of do all three because I don't have a choice. So hang on a second, guys. So I just misted it. A light spritz of that body gloss on there, and we'll go ahead and take a white ball here because I don't have any other microfibers or anything here. Basically just go over the panels to take any of that residue off from me taking the glaze onto it. And that way when the customer gets the car, I'm not doing a full detail on this, I washed it outside this morning and you know, make it look better than it was when it came here. This is just a 3-panel repair. If I'd have done some major damage repair on this, I'd detail the whole vehicle, but this one's also pretty much spanking new, so there's not a whole lot that would need to be detailed. It's a garage kept vehicle. So the one thing I will do is I will wipe out the door jambs. To make sure that there's no dirt and stuff like that inside the door jambs. And this stuff, you kind of got to buff on it a little bit to finish taking it off. And I'm sure once I pull it outside, I'll see some streaks and things of that nature on it, but just kind of giving it a quick once over here. Another thing you should probably do is clean your windows anywhere you are doing body work, because chances are, no matter how hard you try, you will have something on them, whether it's dust, water spots, overspray. I suppose this vehicle probably could use some sort of quickie breathable wax job. It might have been a better idea to, yeah, this is still hazy. Probably would have been a better idea to go ahead and bring out the big buffer and just really polish these doors, because they're a little hazier than I thought they were. Take a little glass cleaner to it and do a final wipe on it to make sure all the crusties are off. So that's pretty much the gist of this repair. Yeah, I'm going to have to buff on that a little bit more. It's like there's a haze on the whole door, and you can tell where I've rubbed on it harder. It's actually turned shiny as soon as I rub my finger on it. So yeah, we'll buff this a little harder, but we got a soft edge inside our door jambs here, which is good. Got a little compound in my overspray down here, so that's not so good. Not a huge deal. Just don't want to have a bunch of body filler, sanding dust, and things like that. All schmagged up in the door jambs here. I did take the blow gun and I blew the interior out. There was a little bit of dust in the carpet here. You can vacuum. I suppose that's fine too. You know, whatever you prefer, but that's basically all this one needs. I mean, we didn't have it in here a long time. I'm sitting here talking to you guys and you're zoomed all the way in. But yeah, you can see that door's all hazy. I'll take the big buffer over that real quick, but this is pretty much a final shot of it. Everything came out nice. Got the overspray off the bumper. Bumper's got a bunch of chips and stuff in it, but that wasn't on the detail list this time, so we're just trying to pretty her up a little bit here, and now we're not going to have rust problems. That little dent that was here that was sort of pulled out before it broke the paint was already starting to rust within 6 months. So glad we got that one done. The side ones on those doors really weren't broken through the paint itself, but it's all for the better that we got that done. So that's what I got for you guys here. So I'll get this uploaded for you. That was just a quickie, addition to what things you should do to prep a vehicle to send it out the door. Again, like I said, this wasn't a huge repair, so we're not buffing the whole car just to pretty it up, and put foo-foo on the interior and vacuum and all that stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you on the next one. See ya.